I'm about to start carving this cowboy. It's on the base. It's about 4 inches square. From the boots to the top of the head is about 13 inches with the hat, and so that's the size of carving you're looking at. But I did want to say that, like, what's going on right now, like, I'm just on YouTube. I've just got the cottonwood Indian face done, and that one, somebody contacted me about it, and it was sold actually before I could paint it, and so I don't even have pictures of it finished to post. But anyway, I've just got through with that. I'm working on this one, which is another Native American bust. Gonna have a buffalo type headdress. I've got these Christmas ornaments. I've got a show in a couple of weeks, and I've got these Christmas ornaments, about 40 of those to do here in a couple of weeks. Wow, it's getting here quick. Anyway, so while you're seeing me come out here and just work on one thing and getting it done, that's not the way it is in real life. But I'm fixing to start this, and this thing came to be. I got a Harold and Lowe book, and it had some patterns. I drew those off, bandsawed out a blank, and no, I drew out a pattern, and I made a clay sculpture of kind of what I wanted. Get everything. I wanted it looking, the face looking off to one side. Nothing adds more life to a carving than to just turn the head a little bit, either direction, up, down. When you got these static figures just looking straight ahead, they're fine, but it just adds a little bit of life if they're looking off somewhere. So I made this clay model, and I left the stick in it because that'll go on my duplicator. I put it on there and made a rough out, and then I carved the rough out, and that's this one that I carved out. And you can kind of see there, I pretty much detailed it out. There's just a few things I need to cut off this hat. You see where the hand is, and it's different positions on the final carvings that I did. But anyway, that's the way that one got roughed out. So when I started roughing them out to carve, I wanted more area to where I could move the hand around more. So I'd left this big block here. It's a pretty good sizable piece of wood there. But I roughed these out myself and got to carving. I like them. I got a couple of finished ones here, and you know, you can kind of tell. You can tell the difference, like the hand location. I like to. That's a good way to make them individualistic. This one, his fingers are spread out. This one, they're together. But also the faces are different. This one, I added a cigarette to it. This one's just a good old attractive guy. That'll be what I'm going for on this one. I'm going to trim the pistol off. He's just going to be a cowboy. It's going to give me a whole lot more stuff to do with the hand, which is just going to be hanging there. I may put something in it, but probably not. But anyway, this is how this thing came to be, and this is also where I'm at right now. I've got 3 or 4 different projects, or 44 projects if you count the ornaments individually. But anyway, I've got all that going on, and I'm going to do this. So I'm going to get started on this and show y'all how I carve these cowboys. They're really fun. I really like doing them. You can make them look just about any way you want to. Okay, I've got this big, I think it started out as a 70 millimeter. It's a number 7. First thing I want to do is remove all these fuzzies, and there's some curved places around the belly that this tool really fits in good. So I'm going to do that. And you notice that right there, that's a, I don't know what it is, a black mark in the wood. I'm just getting all this rough stuff off. Fuzzies, that's what I call them. I make these guys pretty skinny. I hope I can leave. Ooh, that's a bigger mark now. Pretty familiar with it to know what to take off when, so it'll go pretty quickly. Right now though, I'll go all around it getting these fuzzies off. I do like them skinny, but man, that's nearly too skinny there. Not too bad. And then just go around to the back and the same thing. This arm is real thin. Can't do a whole lot with that right now, but I can just go in here and again, just really getting all these fuzzies off where I'll just doing body work right now. I'll go to this flat, I think this is a number 3. And I'll just start down here with the hand, and I'm not taking off anything but just the fuzzies. I'm leaving all the wood for now, even though I know some of it, I know it's not going to make it. Sometimes while I'm duplicating these, it'll kind of skip and cut off a lot more wood than I want to in one place or another. But I've learned like this arm is scary thin. When the first time I carved one, I thought, man, I'll never be able to make the arm, but it worked out all right. I think people say, trust the process. And it's kind of hard when the process is scary. I don't know what I'm going to do with this hand right now, so I'm just going to make a smooth transition up to this arm part. Go up here and around the chest and stomach area, and again just getting those fuzzies off. Excuse me for the sinus drainage problems. It's real soft right in there, you can tell by the way that's cutting. It's going to be a bandana. Okay, moving up to the face, I'm keeping this shallow, this big sweep going, and I'm just barely getting this stuff off. Again, just getting all these fuzzies. I know they have to come off, but I want to leave as much as I possibly can for now. I really don't have a big idea of what I'm going to do with the face yet, but what I'll do, I'll start here at the nose where the hat's going to be. I'll just put a mark up there if I can find a marker. Use a big marker. Like, that's the middle of the face. And the body, like if the body there is like square to the camera and his face is looking off that direction. But anyway, that's where the top of the hat is, and just, or the front, and just drawing a line over there like there. I'll go back to the back and mark it on the back. So now I've got about where the middle of the back is. Put that marker up for a mark over all of it. And I'll just start and shape the hat back from that. And this is super soft. And as I'm shaping the hat, I just I want to leave that mark, and I just go around it with my hands to make sure it feels equal. Okay, I went over there and honed my chisel a little bit, and I use this, it's a green polish, it's called ZAM, Z-A-M, and that's what I use to put on my strop to hone it. I saw a deal online, people were kind of talking about sharpening tools, and somebody that I'd taken classes from that I found out now I disagree with. They said don't hone them. You know, either if they need to sharpen them, sharpen them. And I don't know, I disagree with that. I hone mine quite a bit. And while I'm just briefly talking about sharpening, I also found that whatever works for you, do it, because in the end, you got to sharpen your own tools, or at least I do, because I can't afford to buy new ones every time they get dull. But you'll learn to sharpen them, and I use a burnt sharpening system. I do think that's one of the grandest things going. Kind of think every carver ought to have one of those. They're expensive, but worth it in my opinion. Man, that right there is going to have to be razor sharp. Man, I really don't like wood that soft, but I've got it, so. I'll have to hone up on my sharpening, I guess. Pardon the pun. Pun intended, though. Again, just getting these fuzzies off, and right there where I know that my chisel's not as sharp, it's doing okay, but not too worried about it. Just leaving a lot, because I know, I say leaving a lot, really. Just leaving stuff there that I know I'm gonna have to get better sharpened tools to cut it. Now to do the hat, I use, again, using the biggest tools I can for as long as I can. I go in here and smooth off the back of the hat. And it's not a whole lot that I can smooth off with this big old gouge, but and then go to, this is a number 9. I think it's like a 20 or 30 millimeter. And it can be easy to take off too much with using these big tools. So when I'm turning it, looking at it, I'm looking at where the head meets the hat, and that's kind of my stopping point. I know I'm going to cut this hat down flatter, so I'll just do that now. Do this side to match.